Beth Moss Cantor would call change masters must deal with orderly procedures, but also be able to change hats and manage the chaos of creativity. Most people have a potential for creativity which can be developed with training. But Jonathan is in a more typical situation where he needs creative help right now.
Just get comfortable. I'm a pacer myself. I know we're all busy, so I promise this meeting will not last over 40 minutes. That's why, since I had a choice, I picked you for your lively, flexible minds. Byron, too.
In picking his creative team, Jonathan sought knowledgeable people he knew had not lost their mental playfulness, curiosity, reflectiveness, or sense of humor. Now, with the right choices, he's ahead of the game from the start. Here's why. In a creative experiment, a fifth-grade teacher gave her students a question to which there were several correct answers. Now, the students became angry and upset. The notion conflicted with every test they had ever taken. They refused to calm down unless she told them which one was the right answer. Now, some of those like-minded students are among your co-workers today. Generally speaking, the rigid and flexible types will be least effective in the creative stage, especially if their attitudes are habitually negative or if their mindset does not allow for divergent thinking.
The old method has worked well enough. Changes just get everybody upset. If it was a good idea, somebody would be doing it already.
So how are your wife and
In this instance, Jonathan picked his creative team carefully. He has 2 administrators, Ellen and Byron, and 2 employees, Christine and Craig, representative of those who will be affected by the solutions.
The turnover in experienced personnel has become a major concern. I've talked with each of you, and you're all familiar with the problem. Now, I'm not any kind of authority on this matter. I'm just going to be a note-taker.
going to take notes on our behavior?
No, I'm going to write down all the hundreds of ideas bubbling in your brains. Our purpose is to propose solutions to one problem. I suggest we define our goal as keeping our skilled personnel.
Well, that kills an area I was thinking about investigating.
What does?
Uh-oh. I think we should add something to stage 3.
Maybe keeping our skilled personnel is setting our goal too narrowly. What area were you thinking of investigating, Byron?
Well, I was thinking of the possibility of maybe going to some sort of subcontracting. That is, using outside agencies for some of our specialty work.
Well, that's a thought.
Yeah, it's our first idea. Well, I've learned something. My criterion suggested only one type of solution.
The solution is unknown. Otherwise, we don't have a problem.
Good point. Okay, how can we restate our goal and still keep on target?
How about this for a goal? Maintain our full-service capability.
What do you think?
That's what we're trying to do.
Yeah?
It's right on target.
Absolutely.
All right, let's make that our criterion for this idea session.
By demonstrating his own flexibility, Jonathan set a participative tone for the group. When everybody knows the goal of the game, it's time to start play.
Byron, confirm this. It seems to me that it embraces... Our objective is to generate as many ideas as possible. So in this phase, we abolish all criticism. All judgment is suspended. For now, we don't evaluate the ideas. We don't worry about their practicality.
Won't we come up with a lot of nonsense?
The more the better. A wild idea from one may spark the imagination of another. As someone said, you'll rarely find a pearl by opening only one oyster. So any idea that pops into your head, spill it out.
Well, I have one idea.
The greatest handicap to creative spontaneity is the fear of looking foolish. So we have learned to place a high value on our critical judgment. It's a hard habit to break. So here is what frequently happens.
Here's my big idea. I think we should consider the possibility of part-time work. I mean part-time sharing. For example, maybe having 2 people on the same job, each working half-time.
We can't find enough skilled people now. How the heck would we find twice as many?
I didn't think of that.
Ellen feels the criticism made her look foolish. Suddenly, she's no longer thinking of ideas. She's thinking of how she can protect herself by being more cautious in her future statements. She's temporarily out of the game. The group leader must intervene quickly.
That's good. Ellen has come up with a very innovative idea. Can anybody build on it?
I forgot. I didn't mean to be judgmental.
Let's turn every contribution to good use. What does half-time work make you think of?
Women with children who want to spend more time at home.
Men with children who want to spend more time at home.
Husband and wife teams.
Oh, that's good. That brings a picture to my mind. Oh, just a minute. It's hard to explain. We have women and men doing all kinds of jobs. We could offer to train spouses, but not necessarily both doing the same job.
The wife might double with somebody in one job, the husband with somebody who wants to double in a different job.
Or without doubling. Maybe we could let individuals set their own work time.
Flexible hours.
Yes.
Absolutely.
This is silly, but I have this crazy idea that people would love it here if they could come and go on the job when they feel like it.
No hours.
Maybe what Craig is suggesting is more autonomy. If they could
Yes, more autonomy. Get away from this feeling you're just a cog in a
more
machine.
participation in decisions.
Especially decisions in your own work area.
Absolutely.
About 20 minutes later, Jonathan has several sheets full of ideas.
This has been fantastic. I'll have these typed up and give everybody confidential copies. Start thinking about them more critically now. You might want to check those you think offer the best possibilities. If additional ideas occur to you, bring them to the next meeting. We'll add them to the list before we start evaluating.
Terrific.
Okay.
Great.